What's up guys, Repskine here, coming at you with another Halo Infinite video. Now I know I'm kind of late to the party when it comes to this one, but I still wanted to go over the Inside Infinite blog post for June 2021. There's a ton of stuff in this post, like the Battle Pass and progression system, the update to the Halo Waypoint app and website, and a cryptic message from Joe Staten. And I won't be going over every little detail, but I do want to talk about the things that I found the most interesting, and I'll have a link to the post in the description if you want to read it in its entirety. So if you guys enjoy the video, be sure to hit like and subscribe. I'm trying to hit 1,000 subs before the Halo Infinite flight this summer, and if we could hit that goal, that would be awesome. So now I'm going to read off some of the things that the live team has to say about Infinite's Battle Pass and the unlock systems, and then give you guys my thoughts on it. So, first off, seasons are the core container or framework for the content we'll be delivering to our players. It's a concept that should be familiar with MCC already, but for our new players, it's pretty simple. Roughly every 3 months, we're going to kick off a new season. This comes with a ton of updates, new gameplay content, new events, new systems, new customizations, new progressions, new. We're focused on adding to the player experience every season. We will look at what worked and then see if we want to do more of it. If something didn't work, we'll learn from it and do better in the future. We want to experiment, learn, and listen with every release and make the game better for everybody. Also, it should be noted, along with progression and customization pieces, seasons will also debut big and small features that will make the game a larger, more fun experience. We decided on roughly 3 months because it gives players a good amount of time to experience and explore the seasonal content without it getting tiresome and without constantly pulling the rug from under players. We want to ensure that there's always a fresh and fun reason to be playing Halo Infinite, but that the things that they know and love will be around for more than a heartbeat. For Season 1, think of events as fun things for the players to experience and get rewarded. Almost every week, we'll mix up the activities that are presented to the player. Certain big weeks will feature events that have activities and specific reward tracks, free reward tracks. We'll provide more details on specific events before launch, but be on the lookout for a special event type with specific thematic rewards called a Fracture. The Battle Pass and other main vectors will supply canon customization. The Fracture in some events will at times lean into things further afield, like the Yoroi armor shown in the multiplayer trailer. Okay, so the verbiage here is really interesting. Quote, the Battle Pass and other main vectors will supply canon customization, end quote. But there will also be themed special events called Fractures that will seemingly supply non-canon customization. This really stood out to me because this does seem to imply that the Yoroi armor is non-canon. Like maybe the Fractures are a portal to an alternate dimension of some sort where these wacky and badass armors exist. I just found this particularly interesting because in the past, 343 has been notoriously obsessed with wanting to keep everything canon and contained within the actual Halo universe when it comes to multiplayer. It's literally Grim Brother 1's job to keep up with the lore and ensure that everything introduced is canon. That's why we all have this lore behind the helmets, the armors, their manufacturers, the maps, and everything else. So it sounds like Fractures are just a really awesome excuse for 343 to have some fun and just show off armors and other things that might not have otherwise existed in the Halo universe. I know that sounds a little out there, but I don't know, it's either that or they're just simply saying that these Fracture rewards are going to look nothing like what we normally expect to see in Halo. Either way, I think it's really cool, and I can't wait to see more about what those Fractures actually are. The question I do have right now, though, is we know that the Battle Pass is permanent, but events are typically timed events, so I wonder if Fractures are going to be a one-and-done type of thing, where you only have a limited time to get these unlocks, which will, of course, make them more rare, or if we will see the same Fractures return every so often, like giving players who maybe weren't able to play at the time to have another chance to earn the unlocks, which, you know, that could possibly make them seem less special, but I don't know. You guys will have to let me know what you think about on that one. Another thing I thought was interesting is if we look in the bottom right-hand corner, the picture of the Yoroi armor, there it says Fractures, and then underneath of that it says Tenrai. I have no idea how to pronounce that. But so Tenrai looks like it's going to be the theme of this particular Fracture event. So I actually looked up that word Tenrai, I don't know. But it's Japanese for heavenly, divine, inspired, or heaven sent. And now knowing that and looking back at the picture again, that is exactly what we got. Both the background and the armor. Oh my god, dude, that armor looks sick.
I'm fucking nutty, dude.
Alright, so now let's read a little bit more about what 343 has to say about the Battle Pass and unlock system. Out of the gate, players can get starting gear and get rewards from the free Battle Pass track, the paid Battle Pass track, challenges, skill rewards, event reward tracks, legacy reward like Halo 5's SR-152, and be rewarded for some campaign actions. We have a number of Season 1 giveaways as well. Certain weeks and days has some significance inside and outside the game, so we've set aside pieces for players to log in and claim. Okay, so circling back to the beginning real quick. Infinite seasons are going to be roughly 3 months long each. Now, when it comes to MCC and its current Battle Pass system and the unlock system, I almost feel like 3 months is actually a bit too long. The main reasons for this are if you save up season points from previous seasons, you can pretty much unlock everything instantly. The seasonal challenges can typically be taken care of pretty quickly too. So then you're left with just unlocking stuff in the exchange once a week. And other than that, you're pretty much left with no progression to work toward other than your rank, and things get pretty stale pretty quickly. But now with Infinite's Battle Pass and unlock system, 3 months actually sounds like a really good time. I'm really glad to hear there's so many avenues for unlocks and progression, free and paid battle passes, challenges, skill rewards, which are maybe like ranks that you can achieve in-game, and achievements, the events like the Fracture, stuff like the 152 reward, and I was super glad to see that campaign will also have some rewards as well. That was one thing I was really hoping to see. So with all these different avenues of unlocking stuff, and with the events in particular, like it sounds like there's going to be new stuff to mix up the challenges or whatever every week or so. So yeah, dude, I'm super excited. I'm really looking forward to this. So the next thing that they talk about is the Waypoint update. And again, I'm not going to go into every little detail like the text fonts and the colors they chose, just really the most interesting stuff that I've found. So Halo Waypoint is getting a facelift on both the app and the website, and 343 is calling it Waypoint V Next. So the new UI looks great, very simple and intuitive. It's going to make things way more accessible and more robust. We'll be able to check our in-depth progress and stats for not only Infinite, but also other games like MCC and Halo 5. For Infinite, we're going to be able to customize our Spartan on the website or app in addition to in-game. There's a lot of interesting things in the photos here. Now, these are in-progress renders, and a lot of stuff is just placeholders, so they're not final. And 343 has actually even said not to read too much into this stuff, but there are some pretty cool things to point out here. So it looks like you can actually see when and how you unlocked items. Here you actually see completing Chief's story in the 4 Hour Tomorrow campaign pass. And again, 343 has said not to read too much in this stuff, like a campaign pass. Like, does that even exist? We don't know. Probably not. And of course, you can see the date where you unlocked it. Another cool thing that I saw is it looks like you can actually set favorites, which is great because customization in Halo 5 was kind of a mess, having to scroll through everything. You don't really care about it to find that one armor that you want. You can also see the Season 00, quote, 4 Hour Tomorrow. But we now know that Season 1 is actually called Heroes of Reach. So I'm wondering if 4 Hour Tomorrow is just an internal placeholder for 343. I'm interested to see what that kit is. Maybe you can save armor sets as kits and have multiple kits you can swap between. I think having like multiple suits of armor you can swap between would be really, really cool. I also thought it was pretty interesting that there's a completely separate appearance option as opposed to being under armor. We can see that coatings are listed under armor customization, so I wonder if this is like your actual Spartan's appearance under the suit. Maybe even with the face. I'm still holding out for that. I think customizing your face would be really damn cool. Or, you know, it could just be stuff like your weapon and vehicle skins. But still, man, just imagine customizing your Spartan's face. How cool would that be? All right, so lots of interesting stuff to look at here, but I don't really want to get too deep into speculation, knowing that a lot of this stuff is just placeholder. Nonetheless, I am excited at the idea of being able to customize my Spartan while I'm away, and then being able to just jump right in with my newly customized Spartan right as I get home. Looking forward to the new Waypoint updates. Everything looks pretty good. So the last thing in this post that I found interesting was a cryptic message from Joe Staten at the end. He says, quote, "During the Halo Infinite section of the Xbox and Bethesda's Games Showcase, I said the Master Chief is the heart of Halo. This is true, and we can't wait for all of you to play the latest epic and intimate chapter of the Chief's story, but it isn't the whole truth. There's another hero standing beside Master Chief at the very heart of the Halo universe. Some of you may have met this hero way back in 2001 with the launch of Halo Combat Evolved. Some of you will meet this hero for the first time this holiday, because this hero is you. Or rather, they are the character you become every time you step into a Halo multiplayer match. And the next step of their journey begins with the launch of Halo Infinite's first multiplayer season, which we're calling Heroes of Reach. Customizing your character, making your Spartan look and sound exactly the way you want is a huge part of the journey. So is tracking your triumphs and setbacks or interacting with your friends and foes on a new and improved Halo Waypoint. But your journey is more than that. At the center of our plans is a goal to deeply root your multiplayer character in the larger Halo universe and give them a vital, active role in the Halo story moving forward. How exactly we're going to do this in the seasons and years ahead, well, we're not ready to share the details yet, but I can share that we picked Heroes of Reach as a seasonal theme for very specific reasons. Reach has a rich history. It's a key location for Spartans of old and a focal point for a new generation of Spartans preparing to wrestle with the perils and mysteries of a galaxy that has fundamentally changed after the events of Halo 5. Indeed, Halo Infinite's first multiplayer season takes place at a transformational moment in Halo history, at the pivot point from one generation of heroes to the next. In this moment, your multiplayer hero is waiting just off stage, geared up for battle, and ready to spring into action, and their epic story has yet to be told. Now, I honestly don't know what to take away from that. Is this just mysterious sounding marketing fluff to make us feel like we're part of the Halo universe? Like the Halo 4 multiplayer being war game simulations on the Infinity? Or will each of our Spartans somehow actually become part of the story? It almost sounds like seasons are going to be way more than what we expected, and Season 1 is just the bunny slopes course before we take on the Black Diamond. I find it interesting that he mentions that Reach was chosen for a specific reason. In the book Shadows of Reach, which takes place 1 year after Halo 5, Master Chief goes back to Reach to recover a mysterious package. And he says, quote, "Reach is a key location for Spartans of old and a focal point for a new generation of Spartans." Now, reading all of this, I can't help but think of our customized Spartan in Reach's multiplayer taking the place of Noble 6 in the Reach campaign. Maybe there will be some future season where a campaign-esque DLC is added and our custom Spartan will take an active role in the story. I found it particularly interesting that Staten mentioned that making our Spartan look and sound exactly the way we want is a huge part of the journey. So I'm thinking like maybe the multiplayer voice actors are also campaign voice actors? Like, are we going back to Reach again? I have no idea, but I am super intrigued by the parting message here from Staten, and I cannot wait to see what the future seasons of Infinite are going to look like. The more we see and read about this game, the more and more excited I get. But that'll about do it for today's video, guys. If you made it this far, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe. I'm trying to hit 1,000 subs before the Infinite flight this summer, and if we could hit that goal, that would be awesome. I would really, really appreciate it. So what did you guys think about the Battle Pass and the unlock system? Are you excited about the Waypoint update? And do you think our multiplayer Spartan will be in some sort of campaign season in the future? Let me know down in the comments. I'm really looking forward to see what you guys have to say about this. Well, I hope you guys all have a good one, and I will see you in the next video. Rapscallion out.